Good knee position.
Can't hear you.
Oh, it's good. Good position on the knee. That's it. Good. Head turn.
It's like, it flies real hard.
The bike's almost vertical.
What's that?
The bike is almost vertical. You can lean it.
Every time I try to lean in, it just flops on me. It turns real hard. And I'm pushing outside on outside clearly. Outside push barely on the peg. And it flops on the
You're really close.
well, bit.
You had a couple of points where you were like that far away from
But
dragging.
as soon as I like lean at all, it just comes in hard.
Right.
And I'm pushing as far over here as I can push with my arm. And my foot is barely on the peg. I'm mostly off the seat. But it's
So now it's just increasing the lean angle.
every time I drag was is my inclination is to think that a little bit more speed is going to help prevent that from being as harsh.
Yeah.
But I was trying not to go too fast. I don't know how fast I'm going. But
That looked like about 12 to 15. So if
Okay.
you want to increase it 15 to 20,
okay.
but it's just all about keeping smooth throttle.
Right.
And also the other way I usually train is without any cones.
Right.
Your circle is your circle. It
Right.
really, it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
Does that make sense? It's just
Yeah.
sort of like,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care where you go use a different part of the range if you want to.
No, there's
where
other
no-
there's other people over there now.
right, where there's no cones,
Right.
or use the small and go wider.
Well, I'm pretty much just using those to keep my
Right.
perspective.
This is nice and flat. We don't have too much camber to worry about.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
No sun changes.
There's no sun. Yeah, it's just now.
It's
It's
all
just
shade.
smooth throttle. And there were a couple of points where you were literally like 4 inches away from dragging.
That feels like it should be way farther. Like
So.
4 inches feels like it's more like 12.
Surprising.
When you see it, you're like, oh my god, I was almost dragging.
It felt like that in the classroom.
Getting really close. Oh, so close.
That made me so nervous.
Right? You're like, oh!
I'm like, wham!
And yet you weren't. The bike,
Right.
yeah. You go through corners at more of a lean angle.
I know. But I'm also not hanging off the bike. I mean,
Right.
I think I'm not heavier than the bike, but I feel like I'm heavier than the bike.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like I'm heavier than that bike,
No.
but I feel like I'm heavier than this one.
Well, you can try it on that one by all means. But that was it went, the lean angle went from there to there and then back up again. See, that's the other way of doing it, is to actually stay up and then dip into it. And then you're only dragging for a second. You just make
Right.
contact
Right.
and then push back out of it.
Okay.
And that's the other way of doing it, because you know how to pull out of it.
Right.
Look to a new direction and push on the opposite grip.
Or
It's
add
go-
more throttle.
Or add more throttle,
Right.
and it'll pull you back. It'll straighten the bike will straighten and come upright. It's going down, touching and getting freaked out, and then rolling off will cause you to go down. And
Right.
a lot of my students do that. They get freaked out by the initial contact, drag.
Right. See, and I really don't think I'm concerned about making contact.
No.
I think it's that feeling of the in-between space, that last couple inches, and it just flops super hard is what it feels like. It feels like it's like all of a sudden I'm diving in, and
Which
that's
is
what
why
makes me nervous.
I prefer the steady, slow, getting into it, and then just making a continual
right.
drag.
And I think that would be more...
Because then you're like, okay, this is what it feels like to drag, because you're at a constant speed and you're just
Right.
dragging. It's just scraping along the surface of the ground,
Right.
which is nice.
Plus I've got my hand way over here because I feel like I'm leaning super heavy, so the less of it's touching, the easier it is
Right.
to not pull up.
Other than that, your physical form on the bike, it's perfect.
Okay.
It's just confidence with
Not falling over.
not falling over and getting that. Yeah, and I
You
don't
know,
want
I've
you
never been down on the pavement. Ever.
this is not the place to do it.
No, well, this
stuff-
is the place to do it, just not, you know,
But this
in
stuff
front
is
of students.
hard. Yeah, well, exactly. If you're going to drop it, you know, you couldn't be on a better bike to drop because of all
Right.
the protection.
Right.
And it's already been dropped hard off the back of the vehicle.
And push the wall.
And
All right, let's
smush
see.
the wall, yeah. Good. There you go. Get close. Do what you want to do. What you need to do. There you go. Ooh,
Excellent. That's the first time I've been down.
Charlie. Are you okay?
Yeah, no,
Are you all right? You sure?
Yeah. I think I just rolled off the gas right there.
You did.
Yeah.
This is exactly what happened.
Hey, at least I know what I did.
Yeah.
I'm not delusional.
But you're okay.
I'll be a little sore right here.
Oh God. I'm glad. I'm so glad you had.
I mean, it'll be muscle sore, that's all. I'm looking, I don't see anything from down here where it came off either. So,
We should play that back.
hey,
Mm.